Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick, and this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now. Hi, everybody. My name is Jaret. Welcome to Jaret Goes to the Movies. This is a podcast where me and my friend Rich, who is always with me.
Hello.
And, of course, my lovely fiance and sometimes wife, depending on what mood we're in, Casey is here as well.
Hello.
And my neighbor, Tim Toole, is joining us this evening as well. Hello, Tim. This is a podcast where we talk about movies, and not in the way that a lot of people do. We like to, most of the time, we like to take you through a chronological, we like to recap great movies from the past. That is not what we're doing today. Today, we are going to be talking about the movie Purple Rain. I feel like we're going to be stumped at great talent, shitty acting, and that's pretty much where it's gonna stop, pretty much. But we'll see what happens. I'm glad to be here. I've had a good week. Today, I went and saw a movie, Rich. I went and saw The Jungle Book, and it got me thinking.
It looks great.
I really liked it, and it got me thinking about a new idea that I want us to do. So from now on, whenever I go see a movie, you go see a movie, we're going to post on our Facebook page, Jaret Goes to the Movies, or on our YouTube page, Jaret Goes to the Movies, a 5-minute review of the movie. It could be
done.
And essentially, you know, you review it. You liked it, you didn't like it, some things you liked, some things you didn't. We'll try not to do spoilers as best we can. But, you know, it's a movie review, so whatever. So that's going to be a new feature for...
Bruce Willis was dead the entire time.
The entire time. It's crazy.
Nobody saw that coming.
So that's one thing that's going on. A few more announcements about the podcast. We're redoing our Patreon site. Patreon is a way that you can support the podcast. We've been pretty adamant about the fact that...
And get a lot of cool shit.
Well, and you get a lot of cool shit. So the thing is that we don't make any money on this. We actually sink... we sink our own money into the podcast to promote it, to do it, to get better equipment and all that. We actually have not taken one penny of the Patreon money even out of the account.
That's correct.
Spending our own money doing it. So it's not really as much.
It's like a savings account, so we can do something cool later.
It is, yeah. And so what we're trying to do is really get aggressive in including the fans of Jaret Goes to the Movies in the whole thing. So we have we're redoing it as we speak. So in the next, actually by the time this airs, we'll have new rewards for all levels, and you'll be able to start getting really good content for as little as $1 a piece. So we're asking for $1 a month, and we do 4 to 5 shows a month. Right. And so you literally would get a quarter. You're talking hours and hours of content just for supporting us. So that's one thing. Also, we'll be launching a new podcast, again, by airtime. This may have already happened. We have a new podcast called Idiot Box, where we will be talking television shows, and we'll go through one series at a time. And so this time we'll be opening up this podcast with season 6 of Game of Thrones. Right. So, that's exciting. You know, there's lots of stuff happening. It's called Idiot Box again, and, if you found this somehow and you haven't subscribed, we ask you to please subscribe on Podbean or on iTunes or both, and please review us. That's really the only way we can keep building the podcast, is getting good feedback and good reviews and lots of subscriptions. Yeah. Just honestly, it just means the world to us to just be a subscriber, and to just if you're, and to our YouTube page and our Facebook as well. And follow us on Twitter at Jaret Movies. All right, so Prince passed away a few weeks ago. It's been a fucking weird year. I mean, just a weird year for musicians. And I think a lot of people sort of approach it as it being like this thing that they're surprised by it. But I sort of think back to like being a kid, and I remember years where my parents would just talk about like person after person that were just falling off the earth.
People die.
People die, and I feel like we're getting to that age where these artists of our generation are getting to that point in their lives where they're going to start kicking the bucket and switching to churches, Rich.
It happens.
You know, it's going to happen. Gosh, I feel so bad about saying that now that the Colonel is having a resurgence now, you know? Like, I feel like I'm just taking the bucket right out of his hands.
Where's churches? Nowhere.
Nowhere. Wait, actually, you know what? We had one here in Prosper, and it went away. It bit the dust. It kicked the bucket and switched back to KFC. But anyway,
People die.
Well, that's just it. I don't mean to be non-sympathetic because I am, you know, Prince was a shocker, and you know, I don't really feel like the David Bowie thing was as much of a shocker as like everybody made it, and maybe that's why it seems like the Prince hype
really
is just
old. I think.
Well, and sick,
yeah.
But maybe that's why the Prince hype just seems crazy.
Isn't there some evidence about him ODing?
Well, there's a what's the deal with that, Casey?
Toxicology report. It takes 2 weeks to come back. They haven't even finished it, so there's
We don't really know yet.
rumors of an overdose. There's rumors of an accidental overdose based on some medications he was put on for some hip problems and being sick at the same time.
And remember, Chris Coleman, this comes out 10 days after we actually record this, so don't fucking fact check me, bro. You love your brother.
Love your brother. Before we get into
okay, go ahead.
I've got to tell you a story about my journey to your house tonight.
Okay. Wait a minute. Are you talking about personal stuff right now in the podcast?
Yeah.
This is unbelievable.
Bullshit.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. This is not going to be like in any way related to the movie?
That is not.
Holy fuck. Dude, you're going to lose all of our listeners. You know that, right?
Except
because they only tune in.
She-Ray.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe no.
I grabbed something to eat.
Uh-huh.
And then
Now, where did you do that?
At Whataburger. Okay. It's really not a whole lot of choices on the way.
We don't have a lot of choices here.
And then I stopped at your Exxon.
Exxon.
It's Exxon. And I stopped at the Exxon.
Tiger Mart?
I guess so. The one with the Subway.
Okay, yeah, Tiger Mart.
So I stopped there to get beer like I generally
And
do.
your kitty corner from a Kroger, by the way.
Did you say kitty corner?
Yeah.
I don't think it's kitty. It's catty corner.
You know what? I thought it was catty corner too. And then I had a guy that worked for me that said kitty corner. And I thought it was hilarious. And I just like saying that better.
So he does all the time.
I like to say kitty corner. And I have not ever tried to look it up to see which one is right. So it's kitty corner.
To you.
To me.
All right. So I stop and get some beer. I'm pulling out. I pull out and come around the building. And in the back corner of the building, I see Tim Toole standing out at the corner of the building just smoking a cigarette like he's fucking Jay and Silent Bob or some shit.
Just hanging out there.
And I'm like, what are you doing?
And I'm like, I'm getting my beer. I'll see you in 20 minutes.
He was just standing there on the corner smoking a cigarette at some
random convenience store. Yeah.
It totally looked like Jay and Silent Bob.
That's so funny. I've never seen Tim Toole out.
Anywhere.
No, I have only seen Tim Toole at his house, my house, and even the one time we played poker off-site, he gave me a ride. So Purple Rain came out in 1984. A young musician tormented by an abusive situation at home must contend with a rival singer, a burgeoning romance, and his own dissatisfied band as his star begins to rise. Here's the problem with that synopsis and any other explanation about this movie. Fucking nothing happens in this movie at all. And nothing develops. Nope. There's no, like, all of a sudden relationships go from 0 to 30, fucking then just shot out of a cannon. The screenplay to this motion picture had to have just been an absolute wreck. Just a fucking mess.
It was a movie filled with non sequiturs. There was no reason why one scene went to another scene.
No.
It made no sense.
Unexplored relationships, undeveloped characters, the blonde-headed girl that sees Apollonia, the first thing, and then all of a sudden she's at rehearsal before Prince, and then she's crying at the end, and then and then one day she's just in the dressing room going out on stage with the band, and like nobody knows who the fuck. I mean, like, who is this person? And dude, that is rampant through the entire thing. It's just rampant. The storylines.
There was only 3 professional actors in the entire film, and only 2 of them were actually decent actors.
Right. So who?
It was the mom and the dad,
yeah.
and then Apollonia. It was a quote unquote professional actor.
No. See, I would have thought that the bar owner was a professional.
That's what I
actor.
would've
He was pretty good, right?
He was great.
Well, he wasn't great, but he was great compared to everyone else.
Here's the thing. I thought of it like I'll be honest. Like I thought, I imagine the mom and the dad were actually pretty good actors. What they had to work with, though, it was just shit. It
was terrible.
It was so bad in certain points of their performances or whatever that you could tell they didn't. So there are moments in this movie where it's just dead silent and nobody knows what to do.
Just looking
They're
around.
literally, and you can just tell on set, people are just like, man, maybe something will happen.
I think they just took like after the cut outtakes and
Yeah.
just put those in the movie.
Let's just, okay, like, guys, nobody knows what to say here. Let's just get another shot of Prince turning his head. Let's just do that. We'll put that in. It'll be fine. They say, okay, don't worry, man. It'll pick back up in a minute. He's going to run somewhere in just a minute, either down a hall
We'll
or
do a
into
music
a room.
montage.
It'll be fine. Everything's going to be great. Well, the screenplay did change quite a bit. He was romantically involved with Vanity when this thing was being made, and she was set to actually be the star in it.
Did you know that Vanity and Apollonia were not the same person? Because until I read the trivia that said Vanity was replaced by Apollonia, that was the first time I had realized those two people were not the exact same person.
I did know that. And one of the things that I read on the trivia of this is that, so apparently they had done this sex scene in a barn
Right.
with Prince and Vanity that would have gone into this motion picture.
Right.
And it was the inspiration to Raspberry Beret,
Right.
which Sheena Easton sung on. It does star, this movie stars Prince,
Yep.
Apollonia,
Yep.
and Morris Day, who so again,
He could not keep from cracking up.
Morris
in every
Day?
scene. He was laughing in every scene.
I think it was sort of the character that he played. I thought he was great. I really did. I thought that the pretty much just the way he carried himself throughout just gave it.
Where he constantly adjusted his coat.
Sure. I mean, because that's, that was his character or whatever. But, sort of like this
He was doing himself, but he was just cracking up at every single line.
I'm
was
sure
just
he thought the
laughing.
whole thing was silly. I mean,
Well,
so
that's
the movie is what, 6 music videos and then a bunch of uncomfortable dialogue
Man.
and then a guy shooting himself in the head.
I really feel sorry for the people that go and watch
There's a lot of domestic abuse.
these movies before they listen to the podcast. I feel sorry for those people.
Yeah.
Like Wendy always does.
You know that whenever Casey and I first started seeing one another, I said a line from a movie, and it was Chops 21. And so she was just like, what is that? I'm like,
what is that?
It's this movie, Chomps, and it's this robot dog, and the guy would say these numbers. And so she, being the way that she is and just sort of like wanting to be
Oh, I want to be a part of that.
a
Let me
part
go
of
watch
like
this
what
movie.
he's saying, and
I like to know what the fuck people are talking
Right.
about.
she tried to rent the movie, and was it just unwatchable?
It was just on Netflix. Like it wasn't like I went far for it, but yeah, it was.
Why did Jaret watch that movie?
No, it came out when I was a kid.
It was
so,
like it was from the 70s, and it was
so
literally
it was like
the worst.
Benji was a
fucking-
really big deal. Do you remember?
oh, yeah. Watched
So
all the
Benji
Benji.
was a really big deal. So this was like
This was not-
robot Benji.
not nowhere close to Benji.
It was robot Benji.
I don't think Benji's probably any good.
Chomps
You need to watch.
42.
You need to watch Chomps. Just
We
so
should
you know.
totally do like a bad movie week.
Yeah, we can
You
do
know,
that. Yeah.
It's like
where-
this robot dog, but like it does all these commands, but like all they do is like pop open like a freaking tape player and stick something in there, and
But
they're like, now he's an attack dog.
He's like a fucking like the
Look at
size
where?
of he's like the size of Allie. He's like Yorkie size, but he can fucking kill like large German people.
Depending on what cassette
Yeah.
tape you put in.
no,
the back.
they're like robbers with like black masks and striped money bags. It's fucking.
And I just went
ridiculous.
with German people because, as we determined last week, German people are always up to something.
always.
Always
Sneaky.
up to
I
something.
mean, they like
Sneaky.
David Hasselhoff, so
They fucking love him over there,
love
don't
his
they?
ass.
All right.
All right, so did you see in the trivia that the movie was originally going to be called Faithfully, and it was going to star the band Journey? You
I
saw
did
that, right?
not see that.
That's right, yeah.
Is that true? That is not true. No, in fact, you got me for a second on that
You
because
totally bought that. I
this
just
is
saw that
loosely
happen.
based on Prince's own story. So apparently he lived with his parents till he was 38. And But it was loosely based on his own story. So no, I wasn't buying the journey thing.
Did you get the joke though?
I did, yeah.
Because it's the same chord progression.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He had to call. He called Jonathan Cain.
No, the keyboard player writes everything, right? Yeah.
Well, he didn't write everything, but he wrote this song in particular.
But he wrote "Don't Stop Believing." He wrote all the really good ones.
A lot of good ones. Yeah, definitely. Open arms. But no, he called him and asked him, "Is it okay?" He let him listen to the Purple Rain song and said, "It's basically the same chord progression. Are you going to sue me?" No, I'm flattered.
You're Prince.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't understand how you can even. I am positive that you have songs that are the same chord progression as some other song. It can't not happen.
No, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
I think the chord progression thing is tricky because there's only a certain amount of notes, so it's really the melody over the chord progression that complicates things.
Right.
You can't necessarily
think about all of the Elvis era songs. They're all the same.
Well, they're
music.
all blues riffs that are all exactly the same. Yeah,
exactly
but it's what you sing over those, and even that is suspect a lot. I mean, those
especially
are like
in those
it comes
days.
up a lot where those songs will come on, and it's like, oh, it's this, and but yeah, I mean,
he was being overly polite.
I think that's good. I mean, I've definitely caught myself in the past, and but there's definitely bands that are around now who have huge hits that you can play their stuff side by side.
Ice Baby.
Well, no, they did change the one note though. It's like ding 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 ding.
Din din. I added the din din to it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Ding 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 ding.
Din 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 ding. That's how he explained it to Arsenio Hall.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Ripped off David Bowie.
I actually got ripped off. Do you know the story?
No, what do you mean? Oh, by song-wise.
There's a band in Australia. I'm not going to mention their name, but they had a song come out, and it got sent to me, and it was they had basically taken the
guy all the bad girls want.
Almost. They took the subject matter for Punk Rock 101.
Okay.
And they put the melody over. It's a Bowling for Soup song. I apologize. Is that what you're asking me right now?
Yeah, what's the subject matter? I don't know.
So she works at Hot Topic, his heart mic, that melody.
Okay.
And they took that and then put it into Girl the Bad Guys Want, basically, and then combined the two songs. And they made a bunch of money in Australia. They had the Coca-Cola song of the summer. It was like all over TV. And so me and Butch Walker had written those two songs. But he had controlling percentage of Punk Rock 101. He owns more of that one than I do. And so EMI handled it, which was good because it got done really fast. But essentially, we own it now.
You own their song?
Their song, but we did not sue them for back income or revenue at all.
When it was popular.
It wasn't popular anymore by the time we found out.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, we didn't.
They made their money.
We didn't go after them because you know how that is, man. They had one hit. It's like you don't want people selling their houses and their cars and shit.
Sure.
Like, I mean, that's fucked up. Apparently Australians like to do that. There's the Men at Work guy that he stole Kookaburra.
Do you think of it as if they hadn't had written that song? Would you have sold more copies?
No.
Of your song?
No.
Okay. You know what I mean? So they piggybacked on your songs.
Right.
But they created basically money from nothing. Using yours, you absolutely should have taken.
You're not fucking arguing your way out of this one, Rich. This is a stupid fucking argument. They stole my shit.
Absolutely.
They stole things that came out of my head and they put it into the world.
But it's almost,
and it had their name on it, saying they created it.
No. I'm not arguing with you at all.
Just don't argue. Is it karma for Stacy's mom?
But it's almost like they did you a favor.
Stacy's mom. I didn't fucking steal Stacy's mom.
No, that was a cover.
No, people thought I did Stacy's mom before I did it, so I did it, and then I got paid.
Yeah, but they know about it.
But also, they got paid too. They were stoked. Fountains of Wayne were like, "This is fucking awesome."
And that's what I'm saying. Basically, you made money for Fountains of Wayne by doing that song.
Correct.
They made money for you by doing that song also. So they almost did you a favor.
They did not make money for now. If I would have sued them for the back income,
right?
Then it would have. Then I'd be like, "Hey."
But you did
Okay.
make a little money off. of it.
No.
I mean, there's no reason why you shouldn't have sued them for the back income.
Dude, it's literally pennies what it amounts to now because the band broke up and
Right.
that's a thing. But no, no, they did not do me a favor. They stole my shit, and I was a nice guy about it.
I don't disagree with any of that.
Okay.
Most of the songs in the movie were recorded live.
Yeah.
Which is very significant.
Yeah,
I think.
absolutely. Yeah, they were recorded live, which caught me by surprise, actually. I did not know that. I mean, to me, it definitely sounds studio-y, but I think
They added some stuff
for the common listener, and by that, I mean like someone who doesn't know a lot about the recording process and, how musicians really work. When they tell you they record something live, a lot of bands do go in, replace everything. So they
Right.
record it live, then they go in there just like they do
all
what's
the
called
drums.
that's what's called overdubs.
Right.
And you go in and you can fix things, you can replay things or whatever. It's one of the things that I pride myself on a lot because Bowling for Soup has never done that. I'm not saying that Prince does.
No, he did do that
Yeah,
for the
so,
movie.
So
But, I
they
mean, that
went
was
in
an
and
important-
added some
They
stuff.
can't just have.
But I mean, you do get the vibe. The vibe is what it is. You
Well, and the
don't-
performance is live.
That's
It's
what I
just
mean.
Like
Yeah.
they replaced the kick drum, or
Yeah,
they
of
add
course.
in a solo, or beef up a solo, or something.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
add
I mean,
a different guitar, you double
Right.
up on the organ, whatever, and I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. That's just the way that
I don't
things
think
work.
it's bad at all. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
I want it to sound good. Great, you did it live. I get that
Yeah.
live feel, but I also don't want a shitty recording because it's live. I
Right.
paid for this. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like live stuff.
I don't either. I hate.
I don't
live stuff.
like it. Like Casey. It's so funny because Casey controls the Spotify in the car, and I'll pick a song and it'll come up, and she'll just hear the audience, and she'll go, "Oh shit!" And so it's just like, no,
she knows.
he's not.
Because it's the live version.
Yeah, he is not going to want to hear that. No, I don't want to hear that.
You know, the very few times I get on your jock about something is your live shows. Your live shows are amazing. If you haven't seen his live show, you got to go. They're
Thank
fucking
you.
amazing. I hate live shows.
Right.
I hate concerts because they never sound good.
Yeah,
they never sound good.
It really
you guys
sucks.
sound great.
Thank you. It's funny because Counting Crows are one of my favorite bands ever, and I love their songs so much. And I've seen them live 3 times, and obviously I've heard the stuff that comes around. And he's the artist's artist, and he just won't sing anything the same. And I hate not being able to sing along. So I pride
Right.
myself on it. When somebody comes up and says, "You guys
At least
sound
the hook.
exactly like your album,
Right.
only like way fucking faster live,"
Yeah, well,
then
what's up with that?
It makes me so
Why
happy.
you gotta dog on Gary like that?
No,
Why you gotta call out Gary like that?
no, I'm calling out Jared.
Tim.
We play everything faster.
Yeah,
Our li-
it's all up tempo.
yeah, everything. Yeah, we're.
But you're not the only one, though.
No,
you're not the
everyone
only
does
one.
that. It's the
Is it
energy.
just like you just no? Okay, we're done.
No. It's not like trying to get through the song faster. It's an
It's
energy
energy.
thing.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
more upbeat.
vibe thing. There's
Like, literally.
adrenaline going on. It's like that's just the way that it flows. We play some songs we're pretty true to the tempo. But there are ones where it's like 1985 is like double speed. It's fast. But I mean, it's not a fun song to playing like Donna Debbie just hit the wall. She never had it all.
Now, during live, do you ever have other band members from other bands run across stage naked?
Oh, sure, all the time. I mean, we're the naked guys a lot, actually. I mean, not as much anymore. We're
See,
getting
that's
a day or
why
two older.
that's what it's all about, the visual with the live music. You can't get the naked guy running across the stage in your car radio.
You like naked guys in your visuals.
Yeah, I was hoping to skip
at the
those
concert,
shows.
yes.
Tim loves naked guys in his visuals.
Well,
guys.
yeah.
It's one of those things.
At Sum 41, I think it was Blink-182. The guys were
That's
just
why you
running.
love that band so much. Jesus.
What?
We ran across Blink-182 at one point, and we put Chris in a tutu, and he did a ballerina dance across the back of the stage.
In nothing but a tutu.
In nothing but a tutu. And then we ran across Sugar Cult completely naked in front of like 80,000 people, and then we stopped and took a picture, and it was good fun.
So, watching this movie, you know what the 80s looks like, right?
You do. You know what? You do. And it's funny because I was trying to kind of get that through my head, and I kept thinking, man, the haircuts look really like 80s. And I just for some reason, because for me, this movie came out in 99 because that's the song, like,
Right.
So yeah, you definitely do. I mean, the hairstyles, the sunglasses, the clothes, just everything.
The makeup on and the glitter on the face.
All of that
and
shit.
All that
yeah.
shit. Yeah,
It's also and the silliness of Apollonia walking around Minneapolis, Minnesota in nothing but a negligee is the silliest thing I have ever fucking seen in my life.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
So what do you think of Prince's music in the later years?
I actually think he made some genius moves in the later years. I mean, I don't think Raspberry Beret came out till like I was in college, right? I mean, that was like
I think
way later.
Yeah. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking after.
And then I love the Tom Jones cover, like when he
the
did
Cream album.
when he did Kiss,
what was
and,
after
and
the
all
Cream
of that. I don't know. I mean, I think all artists get to a point where
they get bored.
Well, or you don't really expect them to continue writing hits. Or at least to be like in everybody's face all the time. It's like Madonna still sells at arenas, but I mean, when's the last time you heard a Madonna song and you were
He
like,
hasn't released anything new, but he released new stuff.
maybe? I mean, but so did David Bowie, and I didn't hear any of it.
I like the Batman.
Oh yeah, we did talk about that.
We did talk about
the
it. Yeah,
Batman
that
thing.
was
in
awesome.
the '80s too, right? I mean,
89.
That was a year
yeah. So
later,
you're
right?
moving into the '90s when he was like
yeah.
a symbol and shit, right? Like,
Yeah, when after the Cream album, he just got really weird, like experimental almost. I just felt like he got bored with music.
yeah. Or you could just say that he got experimental. I mean, right? I mean,
Because he could.
But he did
But
get
you don't
really
get
weird. I mean,
experimental if
Howard
you're not
Stern
bored.
tells a story about him where he played this small New York club, and God damn it, I cannot think of what it is, but I've played there before, and for some reason, whose computer is doing that? It's killing me.
Not me.
Not me.
It might be me, actually. Sorry, Jaret. Anyway, he played this club in New York, and apparently he went through this thing where he would play, but he would just turn the lights out and play in the dark.
Okay.
And apparently Howard Stern just got up like in the middle of like the second
left?
song. No, but left, but he went, "Fuck you," to Prince, just like this, like never
turn the lights
one to start, because he's real timid and like really shy, and he doesn't start shit with anybody. But he was just like, I was so frustrated. All I wanted to do was see Prince, and it's just like he's playing in the dark, or he would play like turned away from the audience and
Right.
shit. So I mean, he just a weird. Man, you watch this movie and you hear the stories about him, the Charlie Murphy stories
Right.
that he does. And there's a story going around that Casey showed me today with him and Jimmy Fallon. And apparently he had contacted Jimmy Fallon the day that Jimmy Fallon's wife went into labor. And he was like, hey, you want to play some ping pong?
Because
And
that's what you do.
Jimmy Fallon was
when
just like,
someone's
no,
wife is in
I've just
labor."
had a baby. And so, long story short, it goes back and forth about them playing ping pong and them playing ping pong on the show. And it's just like Jimmy Fallon ends up going to his concert and dancing on his stage. He books him for the show. And there's a ping pong table there. Prince doesn't even look at the ping pong table. They don't play ping pong. Then he gets a text and it's like time to go play ping pong. And Jimmy Fallon like opens up this curtain and Prince is just standing there with the paddle. They play ping pong. Prince hits the winning shot. Jimmy Fallon bends down to pick up the ball and turns around. Prince is gone. So Questlove.
This is the day after Jimmy Fallon's baby was born.
Okay,
actually.
day
Was this
after.
on the show?
Day after.
When
So
he gets
Jimmy
the
Fallon
text?
He was
talks
telling
about.
the story. He's like, him and Questlove are telling the story because they're both involved in it and they're dying.
So he goes to Questlove and Questlove says,
he drives up next to him and
as he's
him.
leaving the ping pong thing, he drives up to Prince.
He goes, how'd it go? He just goes, ask your boy, and just rolls the window up.
So it's just, like that. That's what I'm saying. It's like there's an oddity to Prince that made him cool.
Yeah.
And there's a coolness to his oddity, but at the same time, the dude's just a weird guy.
But they made it clear telling this story that he's funny, like that he's a funny person.
He's
they
doing it
took
to be funny.
They took it as funny, I think, as opposed to like, what a fucking ping pong
Weirdo.
weirdo.
Sure,
Like,
yeah.
they were, dying telling this
he
story.
can fuck with you, and that's the whole thing about like
you gotta
him
watch
getting Charlie
him tell the
Murphy
story.
and them to come, and Eddie Murphy and them to come play basketball.
Right.
And beats the shit out of him, dressed up in his Purple Rain costume, and then just makes them
some
all
pancakes.
pancakes. Just like one of the things that came up this week, as again as we're mourning the loss of Prince, the a great musician and a someone who's had so many hits over the course of just generations. And the theme song to freaking Y2K, you know, I mean, right? I mean, that's crazy. And there's a quote going around, and it's Eric Clapton, and someone asked him, you know, what's it like to be the greatest guitar player in the world? And Eric Clapton says, I don't know, ask Prince. And that quote is bullshit.
It's bullshit. I was going to say,
But
did you get sucked into that?
No,
It's not true.
I did. When I first heard it,
Yeah,
I was
too.
like, dude, that is the coolest thing I've ever heard. And then
Right.
I Googled it before this because I knew just in my heart of hearts that someone...
Chris Coleman would
Chris
fact check.
Coleman would 100% fact check me and be like, yeah, dude, that didn't really happen. So, and you know what's funny is I should have known that because I don't feel like
Who told us that?
Eric Clapton is not
on the
one to
internet.
downplay his greatness. He is not. I mean, that guy knows he's great.
I would say there's better guitar players than
Yeah, but
Prince.
Prince is a badass guitar player. You can't say he's not a badass
amazing.
guitar player.
No, he's one of the best, I would say. But I mean, there's plenty of better guitar players. But I wouldn't say there's plenty of better musicians.
You know what sucks? The argument of who the best guitar player
Yeah,
is.
it's
Because
kinda
there's so
subjective.
many,
It's all different,
everything
yeah.
is subjective. Because you could argue...
Dudes that can shred that don't have rhythm. There's all types of shit
Exactly.
like that.
Guys who can't play an actual song but can play all the notes. And, you know, but you have, how do you compare Zakk Wylde to John Mayer?
Yeah,
how do
you
you
can't.
compare the
Yeah.
two of those guys?
Yeah, you can't.
You can't.
Yeah. But to try them both out.
You
know?
can't. I know, but it's just like, and to me, it's like people who like argue the whole Jimi Hendrix thing. Me,
I don't think Jimi Hendrix
if I'm
is that
being
great of a
if
guitar
I'm being
player.
subjective, well, I think that he was just
He was unique.
he was
Inventive?
influential.
And sure.
And so I think that's a big thing. But to me, it's not like I even hear the musicality of what like a Eric Johnson can do, or like
Right.
a John Mayer. I mean, to me that dude is just on a completely different planet.
You agree?
Yeah.
What,
I love John Mayer.
dude? He is on a completely
dog
different
me all the
planet.
time
No,
for
no,
this.
no, no.
Yeah, but they probably don't realize the guitar playing aspect of it. Like I remember
He's
going to,
fucking
I went to
phenomenal.
Crossroads Guitar Festival. It was like 2000, I don't know, 4.
And he downplays that in the songs, but he is incredible.
No, I
Yeah,
saw him
and
at the Grammys when Bowling for Soup went. Wait, hold on. You saw him where? At Crossroads? What?
At Crossroads, Clapton's Crossroads Guitar Festival.
Okay.
And he walked on stage, and I think it was the year that like Your Body Is a Wonderland came out or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like Clapton and BB King and Buddy Guy and Steve Vai and
Right.
Santana. I mean, everybody is there. It's insane. I think it was like Herbert Sumlin goes on stage, and then all of a sudden, fucking John Mayer walks out. And I just remember being like, "What the fuck is he doing here?"
Yeah, it's like this preppy, tall, fucking
yeah, and that's the
dorky
only
looking
thing
dude.
I'd heard from him,
Right.
like thus far. And then he
Right.
started playing, and everybody you could tell was just like, "Oh,
Yeah.
That's why he's sitting up there with
That's
BB
why.
King right now. Like
Yeah.
it was insane.
So he was at the Grammys when Bowling for Soup went, and he got up there with an acoustic guitar, and he played that "I Wanna Run Through the Halls
Right.
of My," and then in the middle he did the solo while playing the bass notes at the same time on an acoustic guitar. It was
Yeah, he's fucking
insanity.
crazy.
Like just the
Right.
whole room was just gasping with "Holy shit, this guy's good." So that's a lot of time to be spent on John Mayer, but I think
Can we talk about his hair?
I think we're proving a point here. It's just it's everything is relative. It's like the whole 100 best drummers just came out in Rolling Stone recently, and I did not agree with half of them. And
Is that because Gary was on there?
Gary was not on there and
Oh.
should have been actually. If you're actually taking talent, then I would
He's
have put
really
him
good.
in the 80s for sure.
Listen, I'm from out of town and I have to see the manager. It's important. I'm a pretty good singer and dancer. Maybe he could use me. Do you have any experience? Yeah. Follow me.
So the blonde-headed girl 100% blew somebody to get in this movie.
Yeah.
For sure.
Why was she not an actress? Why was this role not a professional actress?
Don't know.
to make all
And
the other shitty actors look
maybe
better.
Terrible,
right?
yeah.
Maybe he cast people from Minneapolis, or like everybody
Friends
that's in
of
the
his or
movie was a
something?
favor or something. But my God, I mean, it got this. This is sort of like the opening of dialogue, right? This is where the first
Yeah,
dialogue
first
happens,
dialogue.
and it's like after school special bad.
Bad,
Like bad.
Terrible.
Yes. The thing is, I don't remember it being like that, and that's why I say that. I I think certain movies age badly. You know, I think that there are movies where you're just like, oh, okay, I get this. Like because even this opening montage, just even the way that it's cut and edited is just god awful.
Did
Terrible.
you see Night of the Comet?
Yeah, of course I did.
The acting is the same in that movie.
Yeah,
but I loved that movie.
That movie was good.
And that was
actually,
super 80s movie.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it was maybe we're just too far removed from that
You
time
gotta understand too. I
something.
mean, this was made in the early '80s
Yeah.
too. I mean, we're coming out of this is a long time ago, and you know, I mean, think about how many places acting had been, you know, up until that point,
Right.
as far as like how people delivered lines and
It wasn't
whatnot,
in
you know.
Minneapolis.
No, they hadn't made it there yet.
Yeah, they just like gotten out of the Chomps era.
You know what? This would be a good time for us to bring in Dave Murray.
Okay.
We'll ask him a little bit about the music and his feelings on the movie itself, and we'll do 5 questions, and then we'll dive back in the movie.
All
right. So bring in Dave Murray into the show. Dave, your idea to do Purple Rain, and let's just dive right in. So how old were you when Purple Rain came out? Or, you know, generally?
I was 9 years old when that record came out. I bought the LP at 10.
Right. Okay, Dad, did you see the movie when you were a kid?
No, I saw it in college. So I saw it when I was probably like 18.
Right. So, I mean, I've seen this movie a lot of times. I know that for sure. A lot. And this one did not age well at all.
Oh,
I mean,
no?
there is nothing, maybe 2 or 3 of the songs, maybe.
Right.
But that's not true. The soundtrack ages really, really well. That's not what I really meant. I meant more the videos of the songs, because essentially that's what it was. It was the
giant
movie is a
video.
giant video. You know, would you agree?
I don't have issue with the song performances because they're very true to the period.
Yeah.
The acting between the song performances, however, was
Wait.
rudimentary.
There was acting
There's kind of like a back
between the song?
But soundtrack wise, I think it's just, he won the fucking Grammy for the soundtrack for this one.
He won the box office. He won the...
Was it the biggest movie at the box office
Yeah.
too? Yeah.
It won at the box office. It won at the record store. It won on the videos. I mean, it just swept everything.
But we did not come out of the movie knowing whether he was gay or straight.
Nope.
Not
a clue.
one fucking clue.
Well, there is a clue. I'll get into that later.
Okay. All right. We'll see. I saw elements both ways. I did want to thank you for getting us to watch this movie, Dave, and this is very important. And Rich, don't edit this out. But the gift that you gave us by getting us to watch this, I would have to say, would be the purifying herself in Lake Minnetonka, because those were very nice.
Very
That
nice.
was a
nice.
highlight.
I think Rich and I agree on a set of boobs.
Oh, my God.
For once in a podcast, I believe.
Amazing boobs.
Yeah, those were real nice.
Yeah.
And she just had them out for
I'll
the rest
go
of
in
the
more
movie.
detail during the podcast. But
Okay.
Yeah. Very nice.
That was a definite bonus, and it was cool again too. I think
I thought you were going to say boner.
boner time.
I was thinking the same exact
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
But
Boner time, boner time. Everybody likes boner time. But Prince is singing like this. Boner time, boner time. Everybody, wow, wow.
Older, young.
that was his, hey, girl over across the room, look at me.
Yeah, stop doing that. Boy, he will just pick a girl out and just sing to her, won't he? That always, I used to be able to do that. I don't have that kind of confidence anymore. That's why he's Prince.
Yeah.
And I'm not. What did you have anything to add about the movie, Dave? Like any?
Yeah, I think the music definitely carried the movie, and because the soundtrack to me is easily Prince's best CD,
Yeah.
and every song on it was great. Whereas to me, all of his other records had some really good songs and a lot of filler, but this one was stellar, start to finish.
Yeah, because for me, I agree. I never owned another Prince album. I didn't own, because when Little Red Corvette came out, they were singles. I just would buy a single.
Right.
All right, it is that time. This is something we like to call 5 questions. I'm going to ask you 5 questions. They can be multiple choice. They can just be you have to pull the answer out of your ass. They can be true or false. You get 5 out of 5 correct, you win a free toenail clipping from Tim. So you have that to look forward to next time you come visit. Now, there is a bonus question at the end. Only 2 people in the history of the world, I believe you and Jack Reddick, have gotten all 6 right.
That's correct.
Now, the 6 does replace a wrong answer on the 5. So
It does all kinds of crazy
there's not
magical
a
things.
lot of pressure on you right now. Okay? Are you ready? Are you ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. You are a NASCAR fan. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right. True or false? One time, I bought a hat at Walmart because it said Dale Jarrett, and with Sharpie, scribbled out one of the R's and one of the T's and wore it around town for a month. Is that true or false?
That sounds entirely plausible. I will say true.
That is true. That is a correct answer, ladies and gentlemen. He got his first answer. First answer correct. Okay. Now we will move on to the next thing. We will go ahead and get into Purple Rain. The character Wendy, at the end, she's wearing a garter belt with no pants. Okay? A garter belt with no pants. Did we or did we not need to see that?
That is tough. That could go either way. I will say we did not need to see that.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect.
We absolutely
we needed to see it.
that.
Yeah, we
Oh.
absolutely needed to see it. Man, you find yourself in a difficult spot here. You've got 3 more and a bonus, and my goodness, it is not looking good. All right. Now we go into the third question, and this one will be about Morris Day. Morris Day lives in a really, really shitty apartment, but he drives a really nice car, and he has a valet. Is that
And a chef.
And a chef. Is that money well spent? Yes or no?
Oh, hell yeah.
That is money well spent. That is true. That is true. So that is 2 correct and 1 incorrect so far. And man, you're doing good. I feel a comeback coming on. I think it's going to be really, really good. Okay, this movie will lead you to believe that they draw chalk lines around dudes that aren't dead. In a factual suicide, even if the gun was still in the hand and the guy was laying there breathing, would they or would they not draw a chalk line around the man?
They would not.
They would not. That is a correct answer. Dave, you're doing great. You got 1 more of the 5 and then a bonus question. And prepare to dazzle the audience with your dynamic wit. Is Prince too small to ride that fucking motorcycle?
No, Prince has big cojones. He needs a
Okay,
motorcycle.
we're going to give you that one. That is a correct answer.
Excellent.
So you're right. Prince, just based on the size of his cojones, is allowed to ride a motorcycle that he literally can't reach the ground on. So you are 4 of 5 on today's 5 questions. Now with today's bonus question, we'll go over to Rich Coleman.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Dave, yes or no? Would you like to rain your purple into Apollonia's Lake Minnetonka?
If I were in Minnesota, I would do that. Absolutely.
Excellent.
Okay, that is correct.
That is correct.
See,
Of
I
course
thought
you would.
I probably would have went the other way
that
because
would've been wrong.
she's dead.
Is she dead?
Yeah, I believe she is. And
When did she die?
I don't know. Let's find out.
I don't think
Hold on.
she's
We're going to have
dead.
to go to the judges on this one. Actually, you guys may both be wrong. Prince Prodigy died at 57, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, she died of old age.
No, that was Vanity. Sorry,
Yeah, Vanity.
I was
Yeah,
wrong.
yeah.
Vanity is dead. Apollonia is alive. Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Murray has once again shocked the world and gotten 5 questions right with the
Thank you,
bonus
thank
question.
you.
Good job, buddy. Good job. Glad that we didn't throw you for a loop with that. I thought that was a trick question. I'm going to be honest. I thought that was going to be an answer. Okay, so now I have to go check your work and see what she looks like these days.
She looks good.
So I'm going to images here.
She looks good.
Rich said she held up.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she did.
So her DNA is better than her.
I'd rain
acting.
my purple all in her. Lake
Okay,
Minnetonka.
I see. I get it. Okay. Pictures, images, and once again, it is verified that Rich was correct in his answer. You could totally, as Gene Simmons would say, dip your log in her fireplace. Dave, you're the best. Thank you for participating in the podcast today. Thanks for
having me.
Yeah, thank you for helping us out with some promotion ideas and just for being an all-around good dude, man. We appreciate you.
We love you.
Say hello to Lindsay and the kids for us, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay, that sounds great. See you guys.
Bye, Dave.
Take care, man.
Hey, Jaret.
Hey, Rich.
So you're going on tour soon.
Yeah, later this year, yeah.
Okay. Do you need a guy to travel around with you just to hold a mirror up for you on
I
stage?
do. That would be my valet. But I actually really already have one of those.
Oh, okay.
Who?
I have so many guys working for me now that I have to like look for shit for them to do. Like, because dudes will just be like, hey, can I go on the road with you? And I'm like, sure. Shit. I'll think of something, you know, like whatever.
I said no! You hear me? Mom, Dad! You keep this place clean! Please, Dad, she's heard you!
He wants to kill me. He's crazy.
Dad,
Look what
please.
he's doing to me.
So, I mean, I hate to laugh at this scene.
I know,
It's
but-
just the fucking overwhelming, just low bass note going in the back for the fucking electric bass. Just, and then just the oddly dubbed him talking, like, Mom, Dad. Like, I mean, and it's just like they were just like, let's try that again, Prince. You know, like, you could, you know, it's just like,
Well, it's like two scenes they used like the same fighting argument too, where he's like,
Yeah,
"You keep
it's-
this house clean," in the same
Yeah.
voice, and it's like
yeah.
it's weird.
So here's the thing, and this is, and I don't want to just hate on this movie. I really don't, because I did love it. I loved it as a kid. I went. Becky Tyree's mom took us to see it. We saw it. It was great. I loved Little Red Corvette. It wasn't until much, much later in my life that I realized that that's what he was saying. So there's a few things, and there's the stories that go around where like people are like, "Hey, Steve Miller, he sings that big old jet had a light on," and there's
Bingo Jed had a lot.
Okay, so I've told my story about, hey, teachers, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
You have not told that story.
I haven't?
No.
Yeah, I thought that's what
that's
they
my
were.
favorite one. No, that's come up. It's come up.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's.
I haven't heard
I
that.
totally thought that they were saying, hey, teachers, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And so, also, I did not know they were saying Little Red Corvette. I thought it was, lead 'em back down there.
I don't know how you got that.
I don't know either.
It doesn't sound
but I
anything
sang
like
it
that
all
one.
the time. I'd be skating my ass off at the skating rink, just like, lead 'em back down there. Come on. Let's do it. I hope Convoy's up next.
Second time he hasn't shown up, man. I've been telling you he's fucking up. You know what you need to do? You need to get rid of him.
I don't understand it. The last three bands came out here, went on to be big stars. I thought the Kid was the next one, but now he's blowing it. Plus, he ain't even pulling them in like he used to.
He just plays a lot of shit that nobody wants to hear.
Yeah, like his old man Francis L.
Man, did he ever mess his career up?
Yeah, and ruin his wife's too.
And now the kid's doing the same shit. And listen, I hear he's having a little problem with his band, especially Lisa and Wendy.
For real?
Yeah, they won't be together for long. Look, I'm telling you, man, you need to get rid of him.
What I need to do is get somebody commercial, something that'll work every night.
Like a girls group?
Yeah, girls group. Yeah, Mars. Something sexy but not dirty. You know, I got enough problems.
Well, lay it on me straight, Billy. I put something together hot, and the kid is out, right?
Hey, guys, here's the deal. We don't have a story. We have no way to set all this up or try to make any of this make any sense. And we need to get into Little Nicky. Here's what we need you guys to do. Just go out on the street and just fucking
Tell the whole story.
Just tell the whole story.
That's exactly what I have in my notes.
Is it really?
Yes.
Yeah.
They basically tell the entire movie's plot right here on
Yeah.
this street in exposition.
They set it
instead
up.
of doing it through acting.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fucking drives me crazy when they do that.
Well, I think there's a time and a place, but not in a 2-hour movie, man. Like,
Well, there was a lot of songs at the end that he had to put in. So,
dude, that's the thing. Is the movie is music videos with story in between, and
Not story. Just
you're right. There is no story.
Just
There's
sort
just-
of interactions.
yeah, and none of it makes sense.
None
There's
of it
no
makes sense.
way that they could have gotten that close. There's no way that the hoop earring meant shit because it's a fucking
I
hoop
know,
earring.
right?
There's no, all of it is just
All
it's
of it.
crazy.
It's fucking
terrible.
terrible. So they mentioned how he's blowing it. He didn't make this meeting, which later on, it doesn't even sound like he knew about the meeting. But
No, he said he knew. But he acts as though he knew, but he laughs. He laughs it off
Right.
because the blonde-headed girl
that's nice.
says something. Oh
He
yeah,
goes-
he goes. That's nice. Yeah,
That's
you're right.
nice.
You're
Like
right.
what?
Anyway, so but they're saying that he's not going to make it. Like everybody that's come through this club has become a big star.
Right.
First of all, this is Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Yeah.
I promise you
No.
that not half the people that have come through this club became big stars.
No. And where are these clubs where you go and you have your own dressing room?
Right.
You play every night.
You play every night.
You got your own mirror, and
and maybe if he played more than one song a night,
right.
he could be a big star.
Right. So everybody gets up there and plays one song, and there's 3 acts. They don't need a 4th, so the entertainment lasts 18 minutes at this club where everybody has gone on to make it.
It's kind of dead in here. Where is everybody?
I don't know, but Billy and Morris were sure looking for you.
That's nice. Maybe I'll come back at a better time. Think tonight this place will be jumping?
Well, I'll be here. Hey, wait! I've got something for you.
What, a subpoena?
It's a song Lisa and Wendy wrote.
Jesus Christ.
Why don't they give it to me themselves?
Well, I liked it and I wanted to listen to it. They told me to give it to you when I was done.
They
Hey, wait.
they told me to give it to you when I was done.
That's nice.
That's nice, dude. So bad.
You think it'll be jumping later?
Yeah, maybe. Well, I'll be here.
I'll be here.
Yeah. Oh man.
It was so bad.
The thing is that there like some guy who actually probably knows what he's doing had to edit this movie together and make it something that would literally make more than every other movie that year. So it just does go to show you that, like, I mean, especially then, music could sell a movie. This movie got sold by the soundtrack.
By the way, is this the same reaction you give when Chris and Eric bring you a song that they've written?
Well, that doesn't happen. But if they,
Oh, come on. They've written. I know. Eric has a whole album. He hasn't brought you a song. Come on.
no, Eric hasn't brought me a song in the 2000s.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Damn it, Eric. Chris?
Eric writes his own shit. Chris wrote a couple of things back in the day. It just, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking Bowling for Soup here, and Chris Burney and Eric Chandler, Gary Wiseman are the other members of the band. But we started out being this hodgepodge of songs that we all came up with, and then it just became a thing where we sounded like what I wrote, and
Right.
how I sung.
That's understandable.
And we would try. I mean, the guys would bring in ideas, and everything got a fair shot. It wasn't just, I encourage them still to this day. I mean, like, hey, if you have an idea, come on.
It was the
You need
same
to be
way in my
careful
band.
about your timelines because Jared has a tendency to be like, no, Eric wrote that song about that girl. Eric did
Oh,
it.
yeah. Don't
start
paint
throwing
yourself
years
into
out.
a corner, Jarrett.
Yeah, I got to write a new record. I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'm making
Oh my
all
God.
of this up.
Oh, my God. You're going to be like every song in the album now.
Doubtful.
Oh, come on.
I haven't pissed him off yet.
It's got to be hateful shit.
Most of the time, yeah.
You're a bitch.
You see that meme going around with
You didn't even catch that. I actually
heard
sang
it.
one of your songs.
I heard it. Yeah,
Yeah.
pick an obvious one. Have you seen that meme going around with Taylor Swift and she's holding hands with
Yes,
some dude?
I posted that. Yeah.
What is it? What's the verbiage on
Holding
it?
hands
is-
with her next album.
Yeah.
Holding hands with her next album.
So
exactly.
good, man.
Yeah.
Give me that. There, on your boot.
Hey, wait! Give it back to me.
You can have it back later.
I want it back now, okay?
Who gave it to you?
A person.
Male or female?
Huh?
You're lying. Can tell just by your reaction you're lying. So you gave it to me.
Okay, do you want to say
What the
what you're
fuck
thinking?
are they talking about?
Exactly. So this edit is so bad. Huh? You're lying? She didn't answer the question.
It's so
Male or female?
How does
Huh?
this progress the story
You're lying.
at all?
Oh my
It's
god.
terrible.
What is she lying about? She didn't hear him. Holy Jesus
She
Christ.
didn't understand the question because the question was ridiculous.
They didn't need to fucking reshoot a couple of scenes in this movie. They needed to just reshoot the fucking movie.
If you had to really, really dig for like maybe an answer there, like maybe he was implying it was like taken rather than given to her.
I know, but still, who gave it to you?
It just doesn't matter.
Oh, you're saying a person.
A person, and then, male or female. She couldn't think of anybody.
Okay, you're lying.
You're lying.
Okay, I get it.
That's as far as a stretch.
Terrible writing.
No,
terrible writing.
The first
if that's
two
the
times
case.
I thought what you said, and then I finally figured out that it was what you said.
Okay.
But still, it's awful. And
Give me
it
that
doesn't
popcorn.
progress the
Give
story
me that
at all. And then it's pitch black at night. He says, let's go. And all of a sudden, they're riding on his motorcycle in the middle of the day.
Well, that being said, I mean, it was after the club closed.
At what, 2?
Yeah, but I mean, I come out of clubs a lot at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Doesn't matter. You still got 5 hours to kill.
Okay, well, it was a long fucking motorcycle ride.
Apparently.
Let's have your brother figure out the geography. Like, how long from downtown Minneapolis to Lake Minnetonka?
He's a mechanical engineer.
But it wasn't
he actually
that lake.
could figure that out.
It was a different.
Well, he could also Google it, Rich.
Oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
It's a different lake, though.
That's right. They're not even at Minnetonka.
No.
You in the business?
Well, I'm a singer.
Oh.
First Avenue's really famous. A lot of bands make it after playing there. Must be real exciting.
Is that what turns you on?
What do you mean?
Making it.
It'd be nice for a change. It's all I dream about. And you?
Oh, my
What
God.
do you dream about?
Will you help me?
Nope.
Pardon me?
Nope. Wanna know why?
Nope.
Because you wouldn't pass the initiation.
What initiation?
Well, for starters, you have to purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
So this is a great opportunity for us to thank our producers. The producers of our show support us through Patreon. You can go to patreon.com and search Jaret Goes to the Movies, or just go to Jaret Goes to the Movies and click on Support Us. David Murray was our very first producer supporter.
That's right.
And it was his thinking.
Yep.
Outside the box. We talked
Quick
to
on
him
his feet.
earlier, right? And he's the one that got us through this. But let's also thank Ashley C., Sheila Ray Wonder, Wendy Croft, and Diane Small as well for being a part of the Big Show.
Yes.
Why are we thanking Dave here, Rich?
We are thanking Dave here because
We got to see those
Boobies.
boobs. Yes. That's right. Those were nice boobs.
those are great.
Yeah.
boobs.
They were real, I think.
I thought her
You- and if you
nipples
like
were
bo-
so perfect.
See, you overthink all boobs, right? You're a boob overthinker.
Yeah.
Right.
But she had great boobs.
Yeah.
And they're natural too. Which is
I
crazy.
assume so, yeah. And so that this was a plus for you. We don't always agree on boobs, do we?
Almost never.
Almost never
guess.
agree on boobs.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I think maybe I'm just more picky than you are.
Probably, yeah. You weren't breastfed, were you?
I think I was breastfed.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
bet Jaret was breastfed longer.
yeah, that's probably
probably
true. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe my teeth came in too soon or something. That's weird.
So-
Does your mom listen to this?
Yeah, she does, but my mom would be like, when we get my mom on this show, you're gonna lose your
Why
shit.
haven't we done that?
She's the fucking best.
Okay, but I thought she was wearing pasties because they were so pink that you could almost not tell the nipple from the actual skin.
well, it was cold in there.
What does that got
That
to do?
doesn't
with it?
change
That
areola
doesn't change color.
Oh,
And she's ethnic in some way.
yeah. Right,
You would think that they would be darker than normal, but they were actually lighter than normal.
right. I don't know.
And I actually looked it up. I don't know if you know this. There's this thing called Google where you can just put in the person's name
Whoa.
and then boobs.
What?
And they just show you her boobs.
I thought we talked about this. You put in Apollonia and boobs, and then you just get like some like really super
and there was
ugly fat
another
lady
picture
with
that-
cum in her mouth.
that
Yeah, if
wasn't
there
in
aren't boobs, then they'll just
they'll
just create boobs for you to see with their face on it.
Yeah, exactly. But she actually had another nude picture that her nipples look exactly the same as they did in the movie. So I was like, holy crap, those aren't
So you did like an
pasties.
extensive nipple investigation.
Exactly. It needed to be done.
Cool, I'll come get you, let you know the girl's there. With my other babes, that wouldn't be cool. I don't want to break their hearts. So we ought to have like a signal.
A password.
Okay, what's the password?
You got it.
Got what?
The password.
Password is what?
Exactly.
Password is exactly?
No, it's...
Hold it. Slow down. The babe walks in. You see her.
I see her.
You come get me.
I come get you.
And I probably have a couple little sexies on standby. So you glide by me and you say what?
Okay.
The password is okay?
As far as I'm concerned.
Damn it, say the password.
What?
Say the password, onion head.
The password is what?
That's what I'm asking you.
It's the password.
The password is it?
The password is what?
It. You just said so.
The password isn't it. The password is
what?
Got it.
I got it?
Right.
It or right?
This goes on for like 20 minutes.
No.
Terrible.
It hasn't worked since Abbott and Costello.
Exactly. Oh my God. And it did. I mean, fuck. You just want.
I didn't know what they were doing.
You just want Samuel L. Jackson to come in and be like, "Say what one more time, motherfucker? Say what again? Do they speak English and what?" That's what you want. That's what I want to, dude. Fucking,
I see a short video clip in Rich's near future.
You should 100% edit this together and put it on our Facebook, and you just have Jules come in and like say what again, and then like what, and then
I will do that.
Oh my God!
I hope I remember.
Please, Jesus, do it. Oh my God! I thought this was
terrible, and they were trying to remember their lines, and you could see them going.
Oh no, they stop in the middle and start over again, and they just left it all in there.
Oh my God, it was bad.
Oh,
it was so bad.
Beyond bad, and fucking terrible.
So the next scene is you got the guy on stage that has the Japanese headband,
right,
with the Explorer guitar.
Yeah, but he sings a song that's like singable. What was the song that he sang?
He was the 1999 video guy that stuck out to me so much.
That's right. It's that guy.
Yeah, it's that guy. He's in Prince's band.
That's right. So he
sings the low part.
That's right. So okay, you're right. So back up. I actually thought when this scene opened up that it was them playing and he was going to come out in a minute. You know, like I thought, like the Revolution or whatever.
No, that guy was portraying the third band.
You're right. Yeah, because he does sing on the. Is it the 2000 song or
the 1999 song?
Or Lead Him Back Down There?
No.
Okay.
Well, he might do Lead Him Back Down There, but definitely the Y2K song.
Oh, he does the When I Woke Up There's a Monica that swore there was a day.
Exactly. Yeah, that's him. What about the doctor and the bad sideshow magician with the pencil mustache?
Right. Well, they were actually in his band. They used to dress those parts all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so Wendy and Lisa, I mean, that's real stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, they were a thing.
Right. And then when they go on stage and he's singing that song, which like, "Do you want me because I want you?" And she's sitting with Morris Day.
Well, yeah, and he decided he's going to do it as he's walking out, like that she's sitting with another dude. So I'm going to do this song. And do you want me because I want you? And
I didn't get that.
Yeah.
He's singing a song, and obviously...
No, he's looking right at her. She's like starting to cry and
But
shit.
he wrote the song not on stage. He wrote the song before he even knew her.
Well, that is not how we're supposed to feel.
I understand that, like normal people.
Yeah, he's probably used it a couple times.
Like normal
No,
people.
he has a stock of these things sitting in his back pocket.
But she's going, "Oh my God.
He's singing to me. Right, exactly.
And therefore, I need to react because he didn't write this 2 months ago.
He wrote it just now.
He is writing it as he's looking at me.
Yeah, but he could lie and be like, "I wrote this after we went to the lake together." You've told me that before. Like you can pretty much tell any girl that any song's about them. You've literally told me that.
True.
That I write?
Yeah,
sure.
And that it's happened. Like it works. Like you can.
Yeah. Even when it was written 12 years ago on the copyright, they still buy it.
I mean, I don't know. Sort of, yeah.
I wrote it for you, knowing that I would meet you one day.
Yeah.
Thanks, Prince.
Where is everybody?
You're late. They left.
So what are you doing here?
But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. Our music.
Can't you guys get off it? I mean, like, can't you just leave it alone?
I told you already. I'm not going to do your stupid music.
Oh, my God.
Thanks for the overdub.
Oh, what an overdub.
It's so
dude.
overdub.
Jesus Christ. But, I mean, I don't know. That's the equipment that they had to work with at the time.
But seriously, if I brought you a song,
yeah,
would you tell me
That it was stupid.
You're not going to do my stupid music.
No, that wouldn't happen.
Not in so many words.
Not in
Why
so many.
wouldn't you?
Not in so many words. Exactly. I mean, no. I mean, you have to give everything the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, I give you permission to say I'm not doing your stupid song. If
I
ever buy
wouldn't
you a
do that
song.
though. No, I mean, no. But we're not in a band together. I mean, I think and that's
Yeah, I
the
know.
thing. That's the misleading fucking aspect of some.
That gives you more of a reason to say no. I'm not doing your stupid.
Well, there
song.
you go. But I mean, this happens in this band. They're like, hey, it's still the group, right? We're a group. It's like, you
Yes,
know what?
pencil mustache
you know
man.
what? You know what? Guy in the magic outfit. I don't really think anybody gives a fuck who you are.
You play the electronical drums.
The electronic standing up.
Look, I know you could use the break. Don't you want to be a star? I do. This just might work out for both of us.
Know any good pawn shops?
Sure, why?
So I'm thinking about buying a guitar.
Man,
Why?
you're right. Morris Day is not great.
No,
in the
not
thing.
good at all.
I felt like he was better just because some of the I like the thing that he'd do, little fake laugh sort of squeal thing that he would do. I liked that thing. Yep. Or whatever, but
No, it's terrible.
actually that was so terrible. I'm gonna have to ask you to
What?
hand me a beer right now, and I want you to leave this in because that was the fucking worst acting in the history of the world.
Why is she buying him a guitar?
Oh, because she wants
Okay.
to tell him that she's joining the band and not get punched.
Casey
didn't
barely
fucking work
knows
out.
him.
Casey, say what you said though when it came on earlier though, which was way more spot on.
I don't remember.
You just go, "Oh Jesus Christ, she's already buying the musician that lives with his parents a guitar."
She's fucked. Yeah,
she's fucked. And then he's gonna hit her.
Yeah,
I mean,
even before that.
obviously, a very expensive guitar.
Yeah, if you're already buying guitars for the musician that lives in his parents' basement, like you were totally screwed.
Yeah, you're
Yes.
fucked.
You got no business leaving this house. You're always sneaking around. You're a goddamn sinner.
Shut up! You don't care about me.
Don't I keep the heat on?
I don't like it here. You never talk to me.
Dad, please. What's the matter with this house?
You're crazy.
Shut up, Dad.
I'm just trapped here.
You'll always have a roof overhead.
You don't let me have any fun.
You don't let me have any fun. That's
Yeah.
the big line. You don't let me have any. First of all, she's an attractive woman.
Yeah, and you punch me in the head. That should be out there too.
Yeah, she's an attractive woman. She could go anywhere. Like, even if she had to, like, scrub off some dude that doesn't hit her, it'd be pretty easy, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yeah,
it's
but
not
she's-
like she's...
But I think
She's probably the type of woman that bought him a piano when he lived in his parents' fucking basement.
Yeah.
And that's how you get stuck in these
and
situations.
that's when he hit her the first time. I love this piano. Okay, great. I'm gonna go sing with the neighbor next door. What? Whoosh.
I'm gonna join Morris's group.
What?
I'm gonna join Morris's group.
Just leave me alone.
It's just. I don't want you around this at all. I don't want you in my life this way. Apollonia, don't I make you happy? Don't you like the way we are?
I wouldn't do it. You should trust me.
Do you know Morris? Do you know what he's about? He doesn't care about you.
You jealous?
Are you jealous?
So apparently, anytime a dude hits a bitch,
Yeah, we should point out that it's not funny that he's hitting her.
no. We're laughing at the fact that
The
it's
absurdity.
terrible. There's so many absurd things that happen here. All of it's bad. But anytime a girl gets hit by a guy, they just
Look, and if you want to make a serious movie about domestic violence, this is not the way you do it.
No,
this
definitely
is
not.
terrible.
Yeah, not
I
good.
can't take this seriously at all.
That one, it's just bad. I mean, God damn it.
There's so many things wrong with the scene. Why is she saying the things she's saying after just being hit by him?
Well, and also,
Are you jealous?
He's already made it known that there's no development in any of this.
Right.
Like,
there's no development. Why are you so attached to this guy that you've went on one bike ride with?
And bought him a guitar. Well, then they try a flashback scene during some song, and they recreate the fucking in the barn thing. And so they try to do like a whole thing to like build a story for them in 30, 40 seconds or whatever, but there's just nothing. There's no foundation of any relationships.
Did they
in the
already
entire
have
movie.
sex?
They show them having sex later.
Either that, or he just had her was just rubbing her boobs on his bed for like 6
Oh
hours.
yeah, I missed. Oh yeah, the sex scene. Yeah, and he's all touching her naughty bits for reals. He like really touches.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, he touched her, and remember she's in the red panties. And,
Right,
yeah.
he's like all up in there. Yeah, for sure. Prince does not know how to kiss or something.
No, he does the pecky thing all the time.
And just shoves it in her mouth, like just the puckered lips, and just shoving it in her mouth the whole time. I'm telling you.
Yeah, so I feel like there's a whole thing of
he needs to watch the same episode of Growing Pains that I watched, where Kirk Cameron was kissing his girlfriend.
There's
That's
a
how I
thing
learned.
there's a question about Prince's sexuality, and I don't bring it up because I think it matters, because it doesn't.
I don't think it matters,
but
he doesn't like kissing girls.
I don't know if I'm really convinced either way, and I just I mean, it seems odd. All of it seems odd.
Because remember, what was it? Weird Science. Wyatt shoved his tongue down Kelly LeBrock's.
And she got mad.
Yeah, and she got pissed. So apparently, maybe there's a Hollywood, you don't shove your tongue down someone's throat.
No, there's a way
but you're
you
allowed
do
to
it.
open your mouth,
You
though, right?
open your mouth, and there's a way that you do it. But
there's actually girls that kiss like that I've run across, where they open their mouth and there's no tongue. It's like, where is the tongue? Why? Why are we looking at Casey?
No, I don't do that.
No, she doesn't.
I met a boy years ago. Me and Jared do this
And
thing.
the tongue is non-existent. Like, it doesn't. It's not there.
But it wasn't even that. It was open mouth kiss,
Yeah.
but the mouth just stayed open. It was just like
a fish,
and not
but
even
not like a fish.
no movement. I know nobody here can see it, but I know that you can. Like,
yeah,
I literally just open mouth,
Like-
and then I was like, "What do I do now?"
Yeah.
I panicked.
Did you put your tongue in his mouth?
I
But it was like a hollow
Yeah, of course
chasm.
you did. You did
yeah,
doing
but
all
then
the work.
but then you can't, because then it's weird because nothing else is happening. But then Jarrett
And
had
there's no like
had a
kissing
not
on
so
the
good,
lips kind of thing.
a not so good kiss one time too. So sometimes we like
True.
to just spring these bad kisses on each other.
Yeah, because we do
So I'll
impressions
walk
of
up
them.
and
We've
like
heard about this.
I'll
Yes.
walk up and kiss him, and I'll just leave my mouth open like this.
Why? Who? You've been kissing. You're 30-something.
Yeah.
Why are you kissing like this? No one said anything to
Yeah,
you.
but then I think about, I'm like, that guy's probably somewhere being like, I met this girl one time.
Yeah.
And she like tried to stick her tongue in my
Yeah,
mouth.
like I'm like probably too much tongue girl, and
She
he's
was
not
kissing
no
on
movement.
my fucking
mouth.
lips, the bitch.
I saw Mom up the street. She looked pretty bad. Any idea how she got that way?
You got a girlfriend.
Yeah, I got a girlfriend.
You gonna get married?
I don't know.
If they get married.
So this is where Prince has come into the house after seeing his mother down the street.
Where are you, motherfucker?
Calls out for him several times. Calls him a motherfucker.
Oh, you're playing the piano? Oh, cool. Let's
Yeah,
talk
and
about
then
some
he
music
just
instead.
creeps in.
It was terrible.
That yours? Of course it's mine. You know, like
cool. Let's talk about
I don't
it.
give a fuck who you are. You just hit my mom. I'm pulling you off the piano
Right.
by your
Smashing
neck.
your face into the piano.
Exactly. Like that. There's no
Slamming the-
conversation.
Slamming it down over your fingers.
And breaking them all.
Right.
Everything.
Yeah.
So
or
no, he's
being
cool.
self-aware of your size and calling the police.
Yeah,
well, there you
that.
go. Okay,
Yeah, good
there's
point,
that.
good
Yeah.
point.
Okay.
that's-
Right. I definitely wouldn't just be like, "You fucked my grandma," because that's what
And
he did.
And he lies about never writing them down. Apparently,
He called
does
him a
write
motherfucker.
Oh.
Oh, maybe he meant his mom, though. Maybe he just meant, you had sex with my mama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, when you call somebody a motherfucker, you got to analyze that shit. You
Yeah,
know,
you
like,
can't just-
what do you mean by that? You mean...
If my mom called my brother son of a whore one time, and he just goes, "Oh yeah."
The best one of those is when your brother called you a fat whore. Right?
Oh yeah, he called me a fat whore, and we were not allowed to say. That was the only F word we weren't allowed to say in our house.
Fat.
Yeah, and he goes, "You're a fat whore." My mom goes, "She is not fat," and I was like, "Or a whore, mom."
Yeah,
I am 12. Thank you.
Or a whore, mom.
So good.
What the fuck wrong with you, kid?
I don't have time for your bullshit, Billy. What do you want?
I told you before, the stage is no place for your personal shit, man.
That's life, man.
Life my ass, motherfucker. This is a business, and you ain't too far gone to see that yet. I told you before, you're not packing them like you used to. Nobody digs your music but yourself.
Fuck off!
Yeah, okay. Just like your old man. Yeah, you got it. Tell me I'm wrong. You're not blind. Look around you. No one's digging you. Oh, buddy, what a fucking waste. But like father, like son.
Lay off that.
Let me give you some good advice, Junior. Your music makes sense to no one but yourself.
I'm going to take that back. I'm going to take back my good acting on the owner guy.
Thank you.
I think basically if you limit his lines, he does fine. Monologues, not so much.
Right.
Jesus Christ. Also, Prince delivered "fuck you" very well.
Yeah.
And also "don't go there." All believable.
And I think it was a good performance.
The on stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, what the
I would've
hell
thought
are
that
they
was
talking
awesome.
about?
The little Nicky thing? Of
I would have
course.
thought that was badass to see.
If I'm the owner of that place,
Even
I'm
if
like,
I didn't know who Prince was, if I saw that, I think that was a cool
exactly. If I'm the owner of that, I'm just like, Jesus Christ, that was amazing. You said
It
masturbating.
could have been one of the most amazing performances I've seen on a stage. Can you do the thing where you push the mic stand forward, step on the base of the mic stand and make it come back to you, and then spin it between your legs, and then just before it hits the ground, kneel down just so you can hit the next lyric?
No, I never tried any of
You
that.
should try that.
No,
That's a pretty cool move.
I get it. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm holding a guitar while I'm up there.
Wasn't
Not
Prince holding
always.
a
You don't
guitar?
have to. I mean, Chris
No,
is,
he's not holding a guitar during that.
Chris is holding down the fort. You don't have to play the guitar every single song.
Did you say Chris is holding down the fart?
Fort.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, yeah, both of those. So we were watching the end of this movie. So Casey and I had tried to watch this before going. Our day was broken up, but we had a crazy day today. It was like 7 different things that we had to do, and but we managed to squeeze in the movie. But we were watching the end of it while the boys were out jumping on the trampoline. So Jack came in, and I had told Casey, I'm like, dude, all that happens for the rest of this is just performance and stuff. So like,
Then the credits roll.
It's not going to be.
Except for the humping on
It's
the...
not going to be a big
No,
deal.
but we were past that.
If the
Oh, you
boys,
were
it's
past
not going to be a big deal if the boys
Right, sure.
come in. Yeah, we're at the end of the movie, right? So they do the 3 songs at the end, and so then the screen turns blue, and the fucking worst credits you've ever seen start rolling. I mean, it looked like fucking like End of the Night TV back in like 1981, where
Right.
they, you know, where it would end and it would go doo, and they play the Star Spangled Banner and shit, you know. Like, and so what they're doing is they're going through like a verse and a chorus of each song. And Jack comes and sits down on the couch and he decides he wants to watch some show about guys in a forest in Alaska or some shit. And I give him the remote, and right then, girl named Nikki, I guess she. Anyway, found in the hotel lobby, masturbating with the Mac. And he just looks at both of us, and he put this very serious look on his face, eyes sort of drawn down, facial expression down, eyebrows up like this, like
What are you watching?
And both of us are sort of just kind of ignoring him, but we both acknowledge that it's happening.
Yeah, like
And
maybe
yeah.
he didn't.
And he just goes, I heard that. And I'm just like, you know what? You're to a point. You're going to hear a lot of stuff. And it is your job not to repeat any of it.
Right.
Despite what Tim Toole says.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but if this manager has a problem with what he just saw on stage, but Apollonia 6 is what he's looking for,
Right.
he's smoking crack, because they were terrible.
Yeah, Apollonia 6 was terrible.
Horrible.
Yeah, but they took their pants off, and so all the
Right.
dudes were
The
like,
only
"Oh,
the
yeah."
only reason they were ever popular in real life was because every video they were in lingerie.
Was that a real thing?
Yeah.
Apollonia 6?
yeah. They were just in lingerie in their videos.
Right.
That was
Okay.
just it.
Sure.
They were in lingerie. And
So
that's
they
why
were
I
like
watched
the
them.
original Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah. And it's
could,
terrible.
I can do without all of that.
Where's Jerome?
In his skin.
Is he back?
Where's the laugh?
I gave him the night off.
Why?
Oh, no. None of that.
Terrible. He's
The
in
whole
his
thing.
skin.
The whole thing. It's just, and then the motorcycle starts up and he kicks him and he just got the coat cleaned. And you know what we talk about a lot is comic book stories. And like, we forgive acting and storylines and stuff like that. But you know, we also watch some really fucking good movies in here.
Yeah.
We do.
Really good.
And man, I think Casey's sort of right. Like we took a bathroom break a second ago and it does seem like we're just we hate this movie so much, but it sucks because Prince died and I do.
And everyone loves Prince.
And I do, yeah, of course. And I do remember thinking this movie was great. I mean, I saw it a bunch of times. In
I
the
did not
80s.
think, going into this, I did not think it was going to be as bad as it was.
No, that's just it. I mean, it just aged so bad
really
and
bad.
just, I mean, it's so easy to pick apart. And I feel, I honestly don't even feel like, I think you know, there's those movies that people watch because they're bad. Like,
Right.
again, Toxic Avenger is one of them. I brought that up last week. This is kind of one of those ones where I feel like you just watch it because it's bad.
No, I would not watch this because it's
No?
No, not in the least.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Morris Day gives her the attention that all the other girls want from him.
Right.
He's giving her the attention.
Yeah,
He
he
takes
wants
her to nice
he wants to
places.
give her more than that. I'll tell you that
That's
much.
true. But what guy doesn't, right? He takes her to nice places. He puts her in his girl band and as the lead singer of the girl band. She's the last one to join and she's the lead singer.
Right.
I think that's some merit. He books her in the best club in the world, apparently. And then she goes after the guy that smacks her in the face after she buys him a brand new guitar.
Right.
And then for no reason, the kid drives by, kicks Morris on the ground. By the way, assault number 2. Second time he's assaulted someone.
Right.
For no reason. And this guy is the hero of the story. And Morris Day is the shithead. So she jumps on his bike.
Right.
They ride off for some reason.
He fucking
Takes her to a fucking train yard or something. You know, they get off the bike. She covers up because it is probably cold out. It is fucking Minnesota after all.
She should not be walking around in that outfit.
No. She tries to cover up and he's like, uncover yourself. I'm about to rape you.
Is that what he said?
No, he didn't say that, but he basically did that, right? He's like, no. He rips the clothes off of her front.
Right.
And then like does his little weird kiss thing where he like pushes his pucker lips in her
Yeah, it
mouth.
is super weird.
Yeah. And then she's like, okay, well, let me at least get drunk before you rape me. So she starts to drink. And he's like, oh, hell no.
Oh no, not that.
I'm going to smack the drink out of your hands.
Right.
You're going to remember this.
And then push you to the ground because I'm so disappointed in your drinking.
Right.
Well, if I can't drink, then I'm going to leave so you can't rape me is basically what she says.
Right. And
so she gets up, walks away from the train yard at 2 a.m. where I'm sure no one else will rape her.
So we had assault, but no rape.
Only because she couldn't get drunk first before he raped her.
Right. She seemed pretty drunk when she was walking with...
she was already hammered.
No, she sobered up quick, and then she
Yeah.
was going to drink.
Well, a
again.
motorcycle ride will
So
do
she
that.
was like, okay, Morris Day is going to rape me. I need to
Right.
get drunk. And then when he
I don't
saved
think
her-
Morris Day was going to rape her.
I don't
I
think
think
so
they
either.
were going to
He
do
was- I
secret.
think
They were going
consensual sex.
They were going to do secret fucking. Secret fucking all of the night and day.
By the way, you really have to be careful which light switch you turn on in the Prince house because if you flip on the wrong one, someone gets shot in the head.
You're right. Nice. Jesus Christ. And you also got to be super careful where you strike your bitches because then you hear.
It just triggers the low bass in the house. All right, Casey, you mentioned the score earlier, how terrible it was.
No, I like it.
You're not being serious.
I am being serious. I like
Oh,
it.
you do like the score?
I don't know what it is. I think it's neat.
Oh, you like the little.
I like all of it. I think it is just a weird artistic use of music, different than just having like a just background full songs to everything that's happening. I
Terrible.
think it's
Okay,
interesting.
Let's hear some of the score. Here we go. This is after the dad gets shot. Okay, so when I heard that, I go, this totally reminds me of Ross Geller and the sound.
You know, you should think of my work as wordless sound poems. That's what I'm.
Oh my God! Play.
So you don't like the soundtrack?
No. Oh my
I love
God.
that episode of Friends. Though.
Oh, it's the best. Did you see the visual on? You can
Yes.
YouTube that. Oh my God, it's hilarious.
It's so funny.
Oh, shout out to Mary Bowling for Soup 182 because she has the Friends banner across her Twitter account.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. By the way, she thinks you have a voice like no other.
Oh, that's really nice.
She put that
of
on
Mary
her
to say
Twitter
that.
account
Thank
recently.
I think he kind of sounds like Chuck E. Cheese.
By the way, I don't think his dad is going to appreciate him sleeping and sweating all over his sheet music.
Yeah, there's a whole thing that happens there. I like the destroying the room and then starting to throw random papers, and then as you're realizing, you slow down your throwing.
Like, what am I throwing?
And then you just sort of,
this is sheet music.
Oh my God, he
But
really wrote this
he
out.
never wrote anything down.
Unbelievable.
There's a lot of stuff going on, though. It's been an intense
And then another
evening.
non sequitur because he sees the sheet music, and then for some reason, the sheet music that he found makes him go, I don't want to be a dick anymore to Wendy and Lisa, and I'm going to go write lyrics to their songs.
Now, I don't think it was that. I think it was the fact that his dad fucking shot himself, and there's been a lot of perspective put into his head.
Why did that matter then? Like, why did he have to find the sheet music, lay on the sheet music, look at the sheet music, and then walk into the room?
Well,
he
if
could have just said, oh, my dad shot himself, and then sit there for a second and go, you know what? Life's too short. I'm going to go and, like, the sheet music.
Well,
why
I
did
feel
the
like,
sheet music exist?
You know, there's a weird thing between him where he, seems to respect his dad as a musician, as you saw during the piano scene.
Yep. Sure.
And, people telling him, you're like your dad, when clearly he's, abusive and crazy and lost his mind.
And
but he
he's like
probably does, idolize him in the musical sense. So for him to sit around and his dad go, I'm nothing like you, I don't need to write things down. I don't need to do this. And then for him to find it and realize, holy shit, I actually am on that level and we are similar in that thing. Maybe that makes him want to, instead of think that he has to have this like creative craziness that nobody understands, that maybe he can kind of embrace real
writing
music
down
writing.
Usually means you're better.
Yeah, but
than
his dad was
someone
trying
who
to say he just had it all
doesn't write it
stored in
down.
his head. So
That's definitely true. I mean, and again, I think that's one of those things that not everybody
Understand.
It's one of those deals where it's funny, and you have these conversations where it's like, oh no, man, my brother he don't read music, man. He plays by ear.
Mm-hmm.
He don't need that, and it's like, okay, but your brother wishes he could fucking read that.
Absolutely.
That's
yeah,
the
that's
thing.
like my
It's
dad.
Yeah, it's like I can sort of. I can't.
Your
only-
dad is amazing at guitar, but I'll tell him to play
Yeah,
a
he's
B flat minor.
Yeah, it's
He's
braille to
like,
him. That's
Where
what he
is
says.
that?
Yeah.
Right.
He has no idea. He
Yeah.
can hear it and play it, but he says that reading music's like braille. Clearly,
Right.
To wipe your brain clean and have like formal music theory training is going to be more beneficial.
Right.
So what Prince did here, though, musically, was he answered that whole thing by listening to the song that they wrote and literally listening to it once, and then he started playing it on piano.
Perfectly.
So perfectly.
Which, you know what? Some people can do.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll give him that. Sure.
Yeah.
Not me.
No, but I mean, there are definitely a lot of people like. I mean, Eric Chandler could do that right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
impressive.
he could fucking listen to that and literally play it right back to you. You could actually describe it to him and be like, it's kind of like a this thing, and he would play along with it.
He's really good. We should plug his solo album, by the way.
We could do that. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Eric Chandler does have a solo record project happening right now on Pledge Music.
I heard a couple songs live when I
Yeah.
went and watched you guys, and it's really good.
It's
really
fucking
good.
great, man. So go to just find Eric Chandler on Facebook, but also just go to pledgemusic.com and search Eric Chandler. You can be a part of his record. He is, one of my musical soulmates. I have a few of them, and he and I definitely have a thing.
Sure.
And he is definitely one of the more talented people I've ever known, and I'm very, very thankful to have had him in my life and still.
And if he brought you a song, you would not tell him to get off it.
I would not say that it was stupid. No, I wouldn't. Let's go to the mailbag. We're going to the email bag here real quick. Casey Dawn Alexander, who is my niece, asked me, when you go to the movies, do you sneak snacks in? If so, which ones? And then kissy face. Here's the thing. I don't do that anymore. But I will say when I was in junior high, I had this thing where I would go to Walgreens that was in the mall, and I would try to see what I could get away with. And so my favorite time was the time that I went in and I bought plastic bowls, Cocoa Pebbles, and a gallon of milk. And I took them in a grocery bag, and I ate cereal in the movies. Yeah, fucking serious.
I sat next to somebody and they were crunching on Cocoa Puffs during a movie. I would die.
No, it's Cocoa Pebbles. They don't crunch quite as much.
Yeah, they're a little less crunchy. We actually took sneaking snacks to a whole other level today. Me and Jaret took the boys to go see Jungle Book today, and
snuck snacks in?
we managed to sneak an ice cream sundae and eat it without them even noticing that we did it.
No, we didn't sneak it in. We just snuck it without the kids seeing
Yeah,
it.
we snuck snacks like we didn't let the kids see that we had it.
You don't care if the owner of the theater sees it.
No, it's at Studio Movie Grill. We ordered it.
Oh, you ordered it. Okay, my bad.
But we were very sneaky about eating it.
That's hilarious.
And they didn't notice at all.
The last time I snuck something into a theater was probably 8th grade with my friend Greg somebody.
I should have given a shout out to Roland Zachary and Mike Leach, because that's the ones that
They helped you carry the milk in?
No, I took it in a shopping bag. You can't fucking search that shit.
I was in the 8th grade, and I went, and this is in DeRidder, Louisiana. This is when the drinking age was 18.
Right.
In Louisiana. Mm-hmm. And I was in the 8th grade. He was in high school, I think just the 9th grade or the 10th grade.
Did he touch your wee-wee?
He did not. And he drove us to the drive-through beer store, bought us some wine coolers, and we went and saw Rambo.
Oh, nice.
Second Blood.
Okay.
The second one. And we snuck the wine coolers in and drank those in the theater and then got kicked out or something.
See, I was lucky. We had the almost like red wine juice boxes.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't clink as much. Like there was no chance getting in trouble. You could just shove a couple of those in your bag.
Right.
We do
Pop a straw
Bowling
in
for
it.
Soup. We do the beer in the theater sneak thing
Well, now
all
they
the
just
time.
have it.
They do, but I mean, when they don't, we just cargo short it up. Just get right in there. You know.
Yeah, but there's no noises.
Pre-pants
It's like
it up.
literally like carrying like a Capri-Sun full of red wine.
You
just-
can hear a can roll down if somebody fucking kicks
That's
it.
what I'm saying. You can't hear the,
I see
the
what
wine
you're saying.
boxes. You have to go
Right.
and open up
That's
a
good.
beer can.
All right, so this movie is called Purple Rain.
It is.
And I think it's a fitting tribute to actually play the full song. And if we put this on YouTube, Prince's estate is going to get all the 3 cents that we get.
Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me.
And he storms out. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh.
There's a
they
lot of
liked it.
adrenaline going on.
They like the song.
You know, I think that was a good idea to listen to the song. It definitely kind of sealed up the podcast for me.
It really did.
Yeah.
I do want to mention that after the song is over, Apollonia has now forgiven him for being the abuser that he is.
And everything's cool.
And it's all because of the quality of the song that he sang. Like, if he didn't sing a good enough song, she probably wouldn't have forgiven him. But
yeah, like
she
she's
did.
trying to get famous. She's still weighing her options between
she's
dudes
no
in
fool.
there.
Yeah. She's opportunistic like the rest of them.
I would also like to point out that Wendy and Lisa did not write that song.
No, they just had like the.
No. I mean, like in real life, Prince wrote the song.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
that's how selfless he is.
I like the part of the thing where he goes and kisses her cheek, and she just looks like ugh.
Yeah, I know. Like ugh.
He did that in the concert, in the live actual recording. He did kiss her cheek also, and I think that's where he got the idea.
And was the face the same, where she's just like look?
No,
that's
it was a little better.
It's kind of funny. Like that just seems like something. Like,
I didn't see the bluch that you saw, but okay.
Oh yeah,
no, it was funny.
There
you
was
need to
a
watch
bluch.
it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to Jaret Goes to the Movies. We are
Should
here.
we talk about the soundtrack
every single week? We are here with another fucking movie that you have seen or you haven't seen.
Okay, so if you haven't seen this movie, don't go see it. Just listen to
or
the soundtrack.
Do.
No,
I don't
listen.
know. It's worth the expiration of all of that. Let's not be dicks.
There's boobs.
Ooh, yeah. Go see
2 of them.
boobs. Yeah,
all right.
Really nice boobs.
Guys, we'll see you down the road.